Welcome everybody to Emmy After Dark, and today I guess it's gonna be like a mixed bag of topics. Um, I jumped into the dating app pool for a couple of hours and then jumped out, so that was kind of interesting.
I could have warned you that would have been a lesson in stupidity.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready, and plus I saw a coworker on there, and so I kind of like quietly deleted my profile.
Yeah, that's one thing I've learnt from a long time ago. Never ever date a coworker.
Yeah, so it was an experience. Um, I met one possibility. We'll see how it goes. Um, I think I'm out of his league, but we'll see. So that was my day. Oh, and we spent time at the park because we still can't play outside. I'm going to complain about this forever, only because I don't have my sister's support. And if I had my sister's support in this whole neighbor nuisance thing, I would go and get an injunction. But since she's not supportive, I'm just going to complain about it because,
Just go
I
ahead
don't
and
want to go through a lawsuit without support.
go ahead and do it anyway. Stand. You got to learn to stand on your own 2 feet. You know.
True. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's I have mixed feelings. And like what happens if like I piss them off and stuff gets way worse?
Um. Well, if it can't get any worse than it already is, the fact that you're basically living in your own jail cell in your own home because of this moron, just yeah, no.
True. We'll
Plus,
see what
anyway,
happens.
you've got a support squad here on YouTube and whatnot. Just yeah, we'll back you
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think there's like a law clinic that might be interested. So I'll talk to them because there's like more details that are coming up that my son told me. And I was like, wow, I'm not really comfortable with that. Like, I guess they came in and like searched my house, and my son asked for a warrant. And I didn't know that like they could have called me and asked permission, but they didn't. So it's like this case has
Wait,
like
wait.
layers to it.
The police came in and searched the house without a warrant. Well, that's an automatic freaking Fourth Amendment violation, ain't it?
Well, they said the kids were missing. So I guess they had like I don't know. It's like messy. And, if the law clinic wants to see what they can do, at least I'll talk to them. But like, what if my sister's right? What if this is like gets like so much like worse than what it needs to be?
Nope.
Because they're my neighbors. But I
Because the police will shut that down before it gets any worse. That they basically will be told to.
Yeah,
Because you've got young kids. They need to act, and yeah,
yeah. I mean, it's like not fair to walk to a friend's house and get, you know, law enforcement called on you. Uh, which is, yeah.
no.
But,
Whereas whereas me,
anyways,
whereas me, I'm used to getting abused. So eh,
that's crappy. I mean, it feels crappy. I just don't want to make things worse, you know? So,
yeah, I know, but as I said, you've got to grow a spine and stand on your own 2 feet and go, I got to do this.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we'll see.
But as I said, I'm used to it because I cop it all the time when I'm riding my scooter, so I'm so used to it now. It's like just shut up and you know,
Yeah.
yeah, because sadly the laws regarding scooters and that are so stupid. But yet push bikes can get away with doing way worse than we can, and nobody bats an eyelid, even though they do. There are laws with regarding bikes here in Australia, and it's like they don't have a cop fines. It's only because technology is now catching up to the point where everyone can use it that people are freaking out over it because kids are going to be kids and do idiotic, stupid things and hurt themselves. That the government's, we call our state the nanny state because of the sheer stupidity of some of the rules they're bringing in or have brought in. It's like, ugh, you know, it's dumb.
Yeah. Oh, what topic did you have in mind for tonight?
I didn't have a topic. That's why I said to you, you choose a topic because I didn't have one. Like I said, I've been busy keeping an eye on my fruit leather making experiments, which I've only done once before with strawberries that worked really, really well. Um, and yeah, I've just been gaming, making uh, bacon and egg burgers to eat, and just generally loafing around the house.
The burgers sound really good.
Oh yeah, especially when you cook it where it's still just that little bit runny and you get a bite into it and then you just get that egg explosion in your mouth. It's like, ah, so good.
Yes, I agree. I agree. So I was just looking around the internet, um, just random stories. I was thinking that we could just like pull up random stories on the fly.
Yep.
Um, and I'm gonna start off with, because this would be my karma. Can you provide examples of spells that have backfired or gone wrong? So this is about magic and the occult. And this person wrote, yeah, that happened to me. Back in the day, I met a man who I fell in love with. I mean, I walked around with stars in my eyes. I didn't like how I behaved regarding our relationship. Think I was afraid I would lose him. So went to a bookstore, found a book on spells. It seemed innocent enough. Lit a candle, said something. I forgot what that was. Well, things didn't go as planned. Like the man didn't love me back like I imagined. Eventually, I regretted this thing I did. Personally, think God wasn't happy with me for trying to manipulate the situation. In the end, it didn't work out, anyways. But I do remember being harassed in my mind. Always felt something or someone was touching my body, encouraging sexual arousal, even when I didn't want it. Now, this is not a physical presence, but all in my mind. So, yes, I felt the major rush, but sadly, not for real. It was a nightmare. I finally sought help from a pastor. I remember being prayed over. The evil demonic spell would be broken in the name of Jesus Christ by the power of his shed blood. I can say 100% the stronghold was broken. I gave my life back to Jesus and accept him as my Lord and Savior. I repent on anything I did to offend God Almighty. So, in a nutshell, this is what all happened. I'm thankful I've set free. So, question is, do you believe in magic? And is this a good example of that?
Didn't Asimov say something about science and and advanced science and magic being interchangeable?
Mm, that's a good point. I mean, but if you manipulate something, it would have to have an opposite effect, right?
Well, that's usually how things go. Um, the laws of yeah,
Physics, right? Like it would have to have a equal reaction.
yep.
So wouldn't it naturally be like bad?
It really depends on what you're doing with it. I would think. Yeah. So apparently, Arthur C. Clarke said magic is just science we don't understand yet.
Hmm. So my friend on ship had a crazy story, and he said that he dabbled in like black magic, and he would conjure up things like he said he woke up to three hooded beings standing over him and staring at him. And when I say beings, he said they had no face. It was like a hood and like blackness.
So basically, a Dementor.
A what?
Basically, a Dementor from Harry Potter.
What is that?
You've never watched Harry Potter?
No.
The Dementors were the guards of Azkaban. Basically, giant floating freaking um, evil entities in a black cloak that would float around and suck the goodness out of you.
Oh, that sounds like really serious.
Yeah, it is. Um, I'm surprised you've never watched the movies or even read the books.
Yeah, no, I really wasn't into Harry Potter, sadly. So I don't know much about that. I know that's my bad.
Wow. Yeah, I would have thought with all the magic and that you'd be interested, but oh well.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, do you
Uh,
believe in magic?
I believe there is some form of magic out there. I just don't believe we have access to it yet. Um, but I do believe we do have an innate form of magic within us. Like I mean, the things that seem to make us superhuman is kind of like magic to a degree. You know, like where you see little old ladies pick up cars off the grandkids and all that kind of thing. Like, yeah, I know that's just a chemical reaction within the body, but you know, to a degree, that's also kind of like magical and kind of cool. But yeah, I do believe there are little things out there like that that could, you know, be thought of as magic. But yeah, we do know the science behind it. So yeah, it's kind of hard that one. It's like, hmm,
I have a friend that I grew up with, and she kind of did this similar thing, but it wasn't about like a relationship. It was about materialistic wealth, right? So we go to the library together, and she specifically looks for a book to do a spell to be particularly like wealthy, right?
Hmm.
So she does this spell at like 12 years old, right? And then, she carries on with her life, and, her plans for life got like heavily derailed. She ended up enlisting, you know, after having a bad experience in college, you know, and what ended up happening like down the road was like, I think she was like 30. She ended up, I guess we could say, profiting from like personal misfortune. Like a relative had passed away, and then she got like an inheritance, right? Or like she got into like an accident, and then, she got a monthly stipend for like the rest of her life. Like her spell came true, but only out of like tragedy.
Yes, that's sort of like the story of the monkey's paw, where you can make the wishes on the monkey paw, but every single one of them has attached to it that you're going to pay for. That's why you don't mess around with that crap.
Very true. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
It's like it I always heard if you do it, it always comes back to you times 3 in like the worst kind of way.
yep.
So, it's like bad karma.
Pretty much. That's what I would put it down to. It's like, yeah, if you generate good karma usually comes back to you. But if you generate bad karma, it's going to come back and hit you with a bloody steamroller, and you're not going to be prepared for what happens.
Agreed.
You know, like my dad like likes to call me Felix because as in Felix the cat. Because I go there are times where I do go through periods of really bad crap happening, but yet sometimes things just happen for me in a row where it's just like, we're constantly rolling um, triple six every day because, you're constantly landing on your feet and good things just seem to land in my lap. Like I'm actually on a bit of a good streak with that at the moment, but yeah, so, but, I don't go out of my way to, either look for opportunities to make good karma either, because I think that also kind of taints that pool. Um, Yeah, I do believe in the thing, fake it till you make it type thing, because that's your mental belief in something can help generate something to happen, but it's like, well, sometimes you just gotta let things happen naturally, and you try and make the best of it as you go through.
True. I think there is something to fake it till you make it. Um, they say that a lot in the military. Um, but I think it also is like daily affirmations. And when you do daily affirmations, it kind of changes your outlook a little bit. Even though you don't believe it initially, you start to believe in it eventually. It's kind of like the rule of psychology. If you see something over and over and over again, it is more believable.
Yeah, it definitely is, but yeah, but I think that you also need those small things that along the way that help reaffirm that. But I can give you a good example for this. So back when I was working for the Hilton, even though like yeah, it's like fake it till you make it till you get through everything, but because the boss was such a micromanaging bitch and would get in your face and cause issues, same as some of the other workers, it was a really bad place. So, the thing is that even though you're trying to keep that mentality, like the good mindset going, it gets very hard. Whereas, for example, the current company I'm working with, I get left alone to do my job, but I also get that positive reinforcement every so often. Hey, you're doing a good job. Go take a break. Go do this. Go do that. Make sure you're looking after yourself, type thing. And that really does help that mindset become more and more set in stone than the other mindset. I think it's who you surround yourself with. Like the uncle that I don't speak to anymore, like did say to me, um, one thing that's always stuck with me is you don't need to surround yourself with a lot of people to feel rich and comfortable in friendship. If you can go through life and you've only got like five people that you can count on, then you're doing better than most people in the world. Like yeah,
Well, yeah, the people around you could possibly make you or break you. And, in the end, a lot of people just don't have, honestly, five people that they can honestly rely on.
yep.
So, what's your random story for the night?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one to go back about the dating co-workers. And the reason why I say this because I have done this. Admittedly, we were working in different sections. I was I was running around as a nurse. She was running around as um, kitchen staff. So we didn't get to cross paths too often during our shifts, which is good. Um, so yeah, there are a few. The biggest incident I will give you for creating drama would have been the day that we had to go and do um, it's like product testing or like talk about products. And all I can remember that we were talking about were the adult diapers that we had at that stage, and the blueies and stuff that we were using. So they had a rep come in from the company, and um, because because they're going through all the stuff, going through like what color diapers do, what blah 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 blah. So it comes down to the end, and like near the end of the whole thing, and like I'm the only male in a room of about 40 females. Now, unfortunately, the room where they did the demonstration was directly across from the kitchen, and both the double doors were wide open. Now, for some weird reason, she dragged me up to the front, in front of the like whiteboard and all that kind of stuff, and then used me as a damn male model to test the freaking diapers type thing. And my girlfriend just happened to walk past, and because a few people knew we were dating, like like even though we were keeping it quiet, a few people knew. And yeah, I never let that one down. Like even now, I'm still turning red over that damn story because yeah, and just a few other incidents with that. It's like yeah, okay, it's like so stupid.
Well, I mean, I've dated a coworker before, but I kind of ended up marrying him. So, yeah. Um,
Mm.
but we were never like the rumored couple, like the underground couple. We were never that couple. But Yeah, there is sometimes where you're working with, you know, them and
Mm.
sometimes things get awkward. But yeah. Here, Gov, I
Yeah.
need you to take over real quick. Kiddo just walked in. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Run from the kiddo. Um. Yeah. I'm not sure where to take this, but Uh. Crap. Is anyone actually in chat right now? Nope. Nobody is in chat. What a shame.
I'm back.
Did Did your kid just roll down the stairs or something? That's what it sounded like.
No, it was the dog. I'm in the spare room and there's like boxes and I'm pacing and she's pacing. So we're just like anxious Nellies.
Ah, okay.
Oh, we have one.
Ooh, who's tripping in to say hello? Oh, hey, Sook Manica. Uh, do you have anything you want to talk about, Sook, that we can talk about?
Ooh, I have one. I have a question for you.
What?
Favorite scary movie?
Um, I don't really watch that many scary movies, but I would have to say the original It.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, anything with Tim Curry playing the villain? I mean, come on.
You know, he does make a really good villain. He
Yeah,
does. You
but
know, I liked the movie Strangers.
uh, Curry Richard's trial. Let me bring that up in a tab and have a quick look at it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, kind of weird that they didn't bring no witnesses, but anyway. Uh,
Oh my goodness. Utah mom who wrote children's book about grief goes to trial in husband's death. Prosecutors allege Curry Richens fatally poisoned her husband with fentanyl and sought millions in life insurance payouts. She has pleaded not guilty as jury selection gets underway. And this is an old article. This is
what?
from February 23rd, 2026. Um, what began as a quiet celebration at a Utah couple's home in 2022 ended hours later with the husband dead in their bedroom and prosecutors alleging his wife slipped him a fatal dose of fentanyl. Nearly 4 years after Eric Richens died, Corey Richens is on trial on charges of aggravated murder, attempted criminal homicide, false fraudulent insurance claim, and forgery. She has pleaded not guilty. The case drew national attention after Corey Richens published a children's book about grief following her husband's death and later proclaimed her innocence on NBC's Dateline. Family and friends have said that the couple appeared to have a perfect marriage and seemed to have it all. Corey Richens had a real estate company, and her husband owned a stone masonry business. Their pair shared 3 children. But court documents allege that Corey Richens had significant debt, fraudulently took out life insurance policies on her husband, and attempted to poison him multiple times. In opening statements, Chief Prosecutor Bradley Bloodworth said the evidence will prove that Corey Richens murdered Eric for his money and to get a fresh start at life. Bloodworth said that before Eric's death, Corey Richards' boyfriend had texted her an image of two people kissing. She replied, "Love you," before making her husband a drink, he said. He also told the jury that at the time of Eric's death, Corey Richards was in debt. Eric's estate was worth $4 million, and she believed that she would inherit it all, Bloodworth said. She needed Eric Richards' money to have her fresh start at life, he said. Corey Richards' attorney, Catherine Nestor, began her opening statement by playing a call Corey Richards made to a 911 dispatcher saying that Eric wasn't breathing. Corey Richards appeared to be crying on the call. "Those were the sounds of a wife becoming a widow," she said. Nestor said that before Eric's death, the couple had a celebratory shot of alcohol and that Corey Richards made a Moscow Mule. Nestor said they did not finish the drinks, and law enforcement never tested the cups for evidence. She told the jury that an empty pill bottle with an expiration of date of 2016 was also found by Eric's body. Between 9 p.m. and 3 a.m., somewhere in that time frame, Eric Richards died, she said. Somewhere in that time, he ingested a fatal dose of fentanyl. What you'll never hear after 4 years of investigation is how that fentanyl got inside of him because there is zero evidence of that. Celebratory drink ends in death. Corey Richards told investigators she found her husband unresponsive in the couple's bedroom on March 4, 2022, after they had a celebratory drinks at their home to mark her recent sale of a property. According to court documents, Richards said she made her husband a Moscow Mule in the kitchen and brought it to their bedroom where he drank it. She said she went to sleep in their children's bedroom, and when she woke up and went to her room, Eric was cold to the touch. Emergency personnel found him at the foot of the bed and administered CPR, but he was pronounced dead at the scene. A medical examiner said Eric, 39, had 5 times the lethal dosage of fentanyl in his system and that it was illicit, not medical grade fentanyl, according to court documents. The medical examiner concluded the drug had been orally ingested. About a year after Eric's death, Richard, Richens published a children's book titled "Are You With Me?" about helping children cope with grief. She promoted it on a local news station, KTVX TV of Salt Lake City, saying she wrote the book after she saw her 3 children struggle with their father's death. In May 2023, a month after the interview, she was arrested and charged in connection with his death. Richens' attorney have pushed back on the narrative that fentanyl was slipped into the Moscow Mule, saying prosecutors have never formally stated that theory on the record. A poisonous sandwich and fraudulent life insurance policies. Court records detailed other times Richens allegedly tried to poison her husband. Prosecutors allege that she purchased fentanyl pills from her housekeeper. The housekeeper had allegedly said she procured the pills from a man named Robert Crozier, who has denied giving the housekeeper fentanyl. One alleged attempt occurred on Valentine's Day 2022, according to the filings. Prosecutors say Eric Richens broke out in hives after eating a bite of a sandwich Corey Richens made. He used his son's EpiPen took some Benadryl and later told a friend that he believed his wife was trying to poison him, according to court filings. Another alleged incident occurred years earlier during a trip to Greece when Eric became violently ill after drinking something his wife gave him. He later told his sister that he believed Corey had tried to kill him, the affidavit said. Skordas had previously said that Eric stayed in the marriage for the children. According to amended court document, Eric had consulted a divorce lawyer and an estate planning lawyer in 2020. Without his wife's knowledge, he changed his will and formed a living trust, placing his estate under the control of his sister, Katie Richens Benson, the filing stated. He also transferred his partnership interest in his business to the trust and designed the trust or designated the trust instead of his wife as the beneficiary his 50,000 life insurance policy, it said. Prosecutors allege that Richens purchased at least 4 life insurance policies on her husband, totaling 2 million between 2015 and 2017. He did not know about the policies, according to the filing, which stated that she had debt of more than $1 million at the time of his death. Delayed trial and jailhouse recordings proclaiming innocence. Defense lawyers tried repeatedly to have the trial moved out of Summit County, citing extensive national media coverage, but all their motions were denied. Some prospective jurors said during jury selection that they had seen media coverage about the case but did not have strong opinions about it. NBC affiliate KSL News of Salt Lake City reported. Judge Richard, I'm going to butcher this, whatever, told them not to discuss or research the case. Richens has repeatedly denied her involvement in her husband's death. In 2024, she briefly spoke about the case in recordings shared with NBC's Dateline. I am anxious to prove my innocence. I am anxious to get to trial. And I'm ready to give this one heck of a fight, she said. You took an innocent mom away from her babies, and this means war. In a 6-page letter found hidden in a book in her Summit County jail cell, Richens referred to Eric's death as an accidental overdose. Prosecutors say the letter written to her mother was an attempt to coach her brother on how to testify falsely by suggesting Eric purchased the drugs from Mexico. Prosecutors have asked the court to admit portions of the letter at trial, arguing it demonstrates Corey Richens' attempts to solicit false testimony, which reveals her consciousness of guilt. That is crazy.
Read the chat. There's also the defense lawyer quit the and even accused the prosecution of corruption in this trial too. Emmy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Might not hear the chat.
Yeah. So it says Corey's attorney Sky Lazaro has been a staunch advocate for her client, who was denied any involvement in her husband's death. But Lazaro filed to withdraw from the case on Friday, citing an ethical mandate from irreconcilable and non-waivable situation. This issue emerged from the civil case Curry is facing from her husband's family, and no further explanations was given. So the judge granted the motion. Um, Before filing the motion to withdraw, Lazaro also filed a motion asking the judge to disqualify the prosecution from the case. Uh, God damn freaking ads. Sorry. Um, disqual- to disqualify the prosecution from the case, specifically Chief Prosecutor Brad Bloodworth, due to his involvement in severe violations that compromised the integrity of adversarial fairness. So yeah, the motion accuses Bloodworth of violating Curry's attorney-client privilege multiple times. Yet that alone is full-on corruption. So go figure. Mm.
Hang on, I'm looking something up.
Yeah, so if she was glaring at the housemaid, I think that housemaid would probably have a lot of information because it's usually those like the housemaids, nannies, and all that that usually have all the dirt because they see it all because the people that usually hire them treat them like crap. So they'd be the best ones to talk to.
So I found a timeline that a newspaper did before trial. So I'm gonna read that one. This one is from the Salt Lake Tribune. It says Corey Richens' timeline. Here's what led up to one of Utah's highest profile murder trials. The case has drawn attention from national news outlets and true crime podcasters. Eric and Corey Richens were raising three boys in Camas as she flipped houses in Summit County, and he ran a successful stone masonry business. After Eric died unexpectedly in 2022, Corey wrote a children's book about grief, which she later promoted on KTVX Channel 4's Good Things Utah segment. But prosecutors say behind the scenes, Corey Richards had schemed to kill her husband with a lethal dose of fentanyl. Her long awaited murder trial begins Monday, turning the nation's appetite for true crime stories to Utah. Richens, now 35, faces five felony charges: one count of aggravated murder, one count of attempted aggravated murder, two counts of insurance fraud, and one count of forgery. Ahead of the trial, her lawyer said in a statement that she is a mother who wants to go home to her children and that they are confident a jury will make that possible. Corey had waited nearly 3 years for this moment, the opportunity to have the facts of this case heard by a jury, free from the prosecution's narrative that has dominated headlines since her arrest. Richens' attorneys said, "What the public has been told bears little resemblance to the truth. We welcome the courtroom where evidence is bound by rules, not sensational coverage." Financial issues. October 13, 2020, Eric told an estate planning lawyer that he wanted to protect himself from recently discovered and ongoing abuse and misuse of his finances by Richens, according to charging documents. November 3rd, 2020, Eric removed Richens as the beneficiary of his 500,000 life insurance policy. He also transferred his home and company interest to a trust managed by his sister, Katie Richens Benson, according to charging documents. June 29, 2021. To obtain a loan, prosecutors say Richens submitted a falsified bank statement to a financial institution using balance details and transaction descriptions from her husband's company. When a bank representative flagged that her credit appeared lower than expected, she said she was in the process of separation from her husband, documents state. August 2nd, 2021, Richens submitted another falsified bank statement to another financial institution to obtain a loan. according to charging documents. December 17, 2021, Richards told someone that she felt stuck and trapped in her marriage and it would be better if Eric died, prosecutors allege. January 29, 2022, Richards applied for a life insurance policy for Eric and named herself as the beneficiary, according to charging documents. Eric had no affiliation with this account, and his signature on the application is a forgery, prosecutors say. Eric's death. February 11, 2022. An acquaintance purchased fentanyl for Richards upon her request, according to charging documents. February 14, Eric told a close friend that he believed his wife tried to poison me, prosecutors say. He told friends that Richards left him a sandwich from a local restaurant, and when he ate some of the sandwich, he broke out in hives and felt like he was going to die, according to charging documents. Eric did not have any food allergies, prosecutors wrote, but added that fentanyl can cause allergic reactions such as hives. January 26, 2022. Richards' acquaintance purchased additional fentanyl after Richards said that the earlier pills she provided were not strong enough, charging documents say. March 4, 2022. Richards called 911 at 3:21 a.m. to report her husband wasn't breathing, according to charging documents. Despite life-saving efforts from emergency services, Richards was pronounced dead at 4:58 a.m. the year following Eric's death. March 6, 2022. Richards assaulted Amy Richards, Eric's sister, after a disagreement about the Richards home, charging documents allege. A lawyer told Carrie Richards that Eric placed the home into a trust and that another of Eric's sisters was the trustee, according to the documents. April 13, 2022. Police told Richards that her husband died of a fentanyl overdose. April 16, 2022. Prosecutors said that by April 16, Richards had used a cell phone to research what happens to deleted messages. How do police and forensic analysts recover deleted data from phones? And signs of being under federal investigation. She had also read an article titled Cause of death usually does not impact life insurance payment, according to the charging documents. June 6, 2022. By June 6, Richards used the same cell phone to research what is a lethal dose of fentanyl and how long do life insurance companies take to pay, among other things, charging documents say. March 2023. Richards published a children's book about grief titled Are You With Me? The book's description states it was written by a loving mother who personally faced this challenge and is designed to offer comfort and solace to young minds, according to Google Books. Richards charged May 8, 2023. Richards is initially charged with aggravated murder and 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance in the death of her husband. June 27, 2025. Richards was charged with 5 counts of mortgage fraud, 5 counts of forgery, 7 counts of issuing a bad check, 7 counts of money laundering, 1 count of communications fraud, and 1 count of a pattern of unlawful activity. This case is separated from the murder charge. October 6, 2025. Prosecutors amended the charges against Richards in her husband's death to 1 count of aggravated murder, 1 count of attempted aggravated murder, 2 counts of insurance fraud, and 1 count of forgery. And that's it. for that article.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing much more except for the fact that the people on Reddit are going nuts over how batshit crazy her family is, and how Eric's sister and all that are also slightly insane with the way they treated Corey from day one. So who knows? Yeah, so sadly, I think that's the thing. When people get money, they tend to go very paranoid about it. It's stupid. Uh,
So I guess there's no verdict yet, right?
no, not until I think it said Monday. It get they close on Monday or whatever. So yeah.
So what do you think?
Apparently, apparently she had a handyman too. Her handyman was unmasked as a lover.
Oh, you think it's oh the
Yeah.
hand? She did it. She must have, in my opinion.
Or she's covering up for the person that did do it, and yeah,
Wait, so what do we know about the handyman though?
not much. I just saw the thing on Reddit. Yeah, I didn't look too much into it.
Oh, okay. Mm, defense rests without calling witnesses. Why would you? I find that odd.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to touch the fact that his nickname is Lotto. I mean, yeah, just no.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. The
Well,
lover was being used.
that's usually the way it goes. When you take on a side person, that person usually generally being used for whatever.
Yeah, that's true. But it's always messy when there's a side person.
Okay. Apparently, if Emmy and Sook, if you two eat cream cheese, don't. Apparently, it's now been recalled by the FDA for possible death.
What?
And that
Oh,
just popped up in my Google feed thing. Cream cheese recalled by FDA for yeah for adverse health or death.
why? What is causing the adverse? What is causing the death?
Uh, hold on, I'm scrolling through the article now. Uh, contaminated with listeria. Uh, yeah,
Ooh.
monocytogenes. Uh, that's kind of what I feel sorry for you guys, because you guys like the amount of shit they let into your food is disgusting, and yet like they should crack down on a lot of it. But yeah, that's the yeah the only cream, like the one that has like the penicillin in it. That's the only one I can't have. That's just 'cause I'm allergic to it.
You know, I really do admire your food standards and personally speaking, I really do admire your MREs because our MREs like they last for decades, but I'm pretty sure yours like last for like I don't know, like months at the most and there's it's yeah, I mean, you can't beat like little cans of jam and crackers and cheese and um
Okay,
Vegemite.
I've seen someone open up cans from MREs from World War II that are still edible today. That is beyond disgusting. Although I will admit, I do find the fact that they sent cigarettes in cans with the peelable lids, like you used to find on the old anchovy or tuna tins.
Uh-huh.
I find that cool, but and like you said, the cigarettes are still fresh. And I'm just sitting there going, like, as an ex-smoker, I'm thinking there's no way a cigarette can survive 40 to 50 years and sealed in a can and it's still fresh. Hell no.
Yeah, yeah, I don't think we eat real food anymore. Um,
You might not, but I am. Like, I mean, like, hell,
okay.
you've seen the photos of what I'm currently cooking. That's real food. I mean, I went to the
I understand. You know what I mean? I mean, we're worlds apart. I mean, like when
uh,
I say we, I mean like the majority of Americans in the US. You know.
that, yeah, I know. But I will admit I did cheat with the grapes. The grapes were supposed to be $4 a bag. The first bag scanned in at 92 cents. So I went and got a second bag. And now it charged me like $4.62. I'm like, I don't care if it charged me slightly bit extra. I still freaking won the lottery on that one by the first one being so cheap. That's why I'm making so much fruit roll up, like the leather with the grape, because I had so much of it.
Oh,
Uh,
that makes
Sook,
sense, but that's still a good buy though.
yeah, so organic usually is depending on where you get it from. I if you get it from the smaller markets, or the direct from the farm to markets, you're usually okay. Um, Although that's more here than it would be there because over there they use Roundup and that Monticello crap that's highly detrimental to human health. And I don't know why it hasn't been banned over there yet. Like it's been banned here for years. Like as long as you wash all the organic products before you eat it, you're usually okay. So all you do like get a really good dehydrator like I've got. Um, you puree the crap out of you puree it so it's like baby food consistency or applesauce consistency, and then like you can add sugar and all that kind of stuff to it if you want. But I just put it on the tray and then I think it said about 125 Fahrenheit for you guys to like 135 Fahrenheit, and you leave it for about 6 to 8 hours. Ooh, then so you have to try it. If you've got a whole oven to do that with, that yeah, I don't have an oven here because like before I moved in, they took the bloody oven out, and I've only got like a little like two stovetop thing, so I had to go and buy the dehydrator. But yeah,
You guys
it
sound
it's
so domesticated. I mean, yeah, I'm jealous.
well when you live on your own for so long, you learn to be domesticated. Like I don't want to keep spending money on crap food all the time, like going to Domino's or like the fact that I've got a fish and chip shop like literally right next door to me. Um, I don't want to keep wasting money on that. I just rather, cook my own food and be happy with that. And yeah,
Yeah, that's what my sister says. So she makes like these 5-star master chef like meals that like take her, forever to make. I mean, I'm not complaining when I have her cooking, but I mean, I'm just not hardcore like that. And I can't cook for my life.
it it I will admit it is a skill, but you can learn. Oh yes, look, I'm good for using my crock pot for making like big, massive meals and then like storing them in the freezer. Like right now, the bottom half of my freezer is completely full of like frozen meals that I've made. So if I don't want to do anything, just yeah, you can use the crack pot for basically anything, like chicken, lamb, like big chunks of thingos, stews, whatever. Just throw
I
it all in.
I've tried
Although
it. They hate it. They hate it.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm used to cooking. Like I said, I grew up when I was kicked out of home on Christmas Day when I was 12. I got sent to my grandfather's. I had no skills, but him being in the Air Force, um, always getting himself into trouble so he could go and do uh like kitchen duty. He learned to cook, and that love of cooking he gave to me. Um, yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah,
You'll
I
have
just
to
wish
try it
I.
with the crock pot and pray.
Yeah, crock pot is simple. As long as you have some water in the bottom, you're good. I've seen some people put the stuff in there with no water and then put it on, and then the whole thing just cracks and explodes because it doesn't heat up the food properly. It's yeah,
Well, with my luck, it'll probably explode.
nah, just yeah. As I said, have like a little bit of water in there, and you'll be right.
Okay. Pray. Pray hard.
Ooh, I haven't heard of that chef on YouTube. I'll have to go have a look afterwards. I usually watch the guy that makes all the grilled cheese sandwiches, Chef Phoenix, and a couple others. Uncle Roger too, because I just love the fact that he bags out in Jamie Oliver, which is hilarious because Bocce didn't know who Jamie Oliver or Uncle Roger was.
I love Jamie Oliver. I
Jamie
love
Ol-
that
Jamie
guy.
Jamie Oliver needs to get his head out of his ass and go back to being a normal chef, not a pretentious cocksucking wanker.
Um, well, I don't know about that, but like I thought he did pretty good as a chef.
No, I mean look at what he did to all those school kids with that when he teamed up with Michelle Obama to screw with all the freaking school lunches. I mean, fuck off. That was just bad. I don't believe they should have allowed him to do that. Yeah, okay, I agree with them trying to make healthy choices, like let the kids have healthy choices. But yeah, I mean, it's like when I grew up, it's when I grew up went to school, went to the canteens. We had mini pizzas. We had pies, sausage rolls, like chicken. We had basically everything. Our school canteen was pretty good. I used to always get the chicken schnitzel, lettuce and mayo burger for lunch because yeah, I loved that as a kid. No, no, I don't. So because we never actually got that. Although what we used to get, like when I was a wee little toddler, we used to get I don't know if you guys would know what this brand is, but it's called Mamie, Mami, like noodles, and we would eat those dry. I don't know why, but I think we were one of the last few years that actually got the free school milk too, which is fun.
I miss the square pizza. The square cardboard pizza.
You mean the one that came inside the cardboard where and like had that little sliver cut out of it so you could see what was on the pizza? That was and you could use like the cardboard as the tray to hold the hot pizza.
Uh, we weren't that fancy.
Mm.
We got like rectangle size pizza in the lunch line and like I don't know, did they have like green salad back then and like a chocolate milk? But when it was like rectangle pizza day, it was like the best day. Utah has an actual lunch debt program. WT. Oh, that sucks. Maybe we should whatever super chats that we get on here, we'll donate to the school
Uh,
lunch debt.
here's the thing: it would take maybe two. If you took 2 million out of the military budget and put it into the schools for the school food lunch, you'd get rid of all that fucking debt and let kids have free lunches. So I don't know why
I,
they just can't do that. I know, yes, I
I
know that's common sense, but I'd also be auditing all the schools because I know I have heard horror stories of there was one black lady in one of the poorer areas where she was claiming by ordering in chicken wings, which were costing like an absolute fortune, and she rorted the system of nearly eight $900,000 because of that crap. And so, how many others are doing that? And like, big if with the families that can't afford food, don't take it out on the kids that freaking can't afford it. I mean, school is bad enough being, your own person in school without being picked on for being different because you wear glasses, have hearing aids, have a speech impediment, or you're just slightly bit different from normal. Whatever. That it's one thing they could stop is stop letting the kids get picked on because they can't afford food. It's yeah, it's
I think school lunch and school breakfast should be free for everybody. Just saying. Just my personal opinion.
yeah. And can we start bringing back the lollies with their inappropriate names again? Because there's only a handful of people that usually get pissed off over that, and the rest of us are like, we don't care. We liked our lollies being the way they were. I mean, freaking the Redskins now are called Zingers or some crap. You know,
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on in the universe.
um, apparently Tyler Perry's now getting his ass kicked again, which is good. Apparently, that Paramount merger thing, they shut down his Black Entertainment Network and freaking kicked him out of Paramount.
No way.
Yep. So good riddance to Tyler Perry and all that crap that he caused.
So, do we I haven't kept up with the lawsuit. What are we thinking and what evidence have we seen? Anything?
For which the
T- Tyler Perry.
no, I haven't heard anything. I don't really follow him. All I know is he was getting called out in the same vein as Diddy and everyone else, and nothing much has really come of that.
Yeah, I think there was like two lawsuits from two different parties alleging sexual harassment.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me with him. Even that Monica, whatever her name was, the actress, was saying because of him, she didn't get work for years, but now she's starting to make a comeback too.
Well, that's allegedly. Um, I've never heard that rumor, Suki. Oh, but you know who else is bringing on headlines? Kim Kardashian and Ray J over the video.
She should. Apparently, it was her mother that released the video so she'd get famous. That says a lot.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
No, it got confirmed. It was her mother that released the video
Where did it get confirmed?
by her mother's own mouth.
In court documents?
Not sure. Um,
Okay, hang on.
yeah, apparently, people think they're now denying that Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner have denied Ray J's claim that they intentionally released it. It's kind of funny that they're only just coming out now saying, but it's kind of funny that Ray J is saying that. But yeah. Oh, by the way, that lolly thing that I was telling you about, Redskins are now called Red Rippers in Chicos, which are like little black chocolate flavored jellies, which are freaking awesome. They're called Cheekies, which reminds me, I will go up and get myself a packet. Oh, and apparently our one of our cheeses was called Coon cheese, got changed because somebody took offense to the name Coon. But yet, Coon cheese has been around for God knows how long.
Yeah, it sounds like the revolution of or the evolution of
Yeah,
names.
yeah, it's now called Thingo. And apparently, it was only called like Red Coon because of the wax wrapping around it. Take
Oh, we have something similar. We have like cheese that's wrapped in like red
you had
wax. It's like a cow or something.
Baby Bell. You had Baby Bell, which is freaking awesome.
That one. It's yummy.
I know, and it's also good to bounce off people's heads because it stays in its wrapper. As long as you throw it while it's in its wrapper, you can bounce it off people's heads when they're being idiots, and then you can still eat it afterwards.
Don't tell my kids that.
What? Just because you think I'd start a food fight?
They fight over everything. They started a math fight and they went up a grade level because if they didn't get the math problems right, they would call each other stupid and dummy and chicken nuggets with no sauce.
I'm not sure why they're dissing on chicken nuggets with sauce, but anyway, um,
Because
yeah,
because you're a disappointment. That's what
yeah,
they
okay, yeah, okay. I can see how that's an insult now. Okay, yeah. But it really depends on the chicken nugget. If you really want to tell them to go fancy, tell them they're not a tempura based chicken nugget because
You
tempura is the
still
best
need
chicken nugget on the planet.
chicken nuggets require sauce.
Yes,
Tempura is totally different. And that
I,
also
I,
requires sauce.
yeah, but
Yes.
tempura chicken nuggets are the best chicken nuggets on the planet, though. Okay, sorry, I'll make a slight amendment. Tempura dinosaur shaped chicken nuggets are the best on the planet.
You suck. I'm really hungry right now.
No, I don't suck. I lick and nibble.
Oh my god.
You walk straight into that one.
That I'm so embarrassed now. Oh my god.
That was so easy. That one.
I just oh.
Don't worry. If you say that again, I have another one for that one. So
I'll
wind up,
probably
ready to
never
go.
say it again because now I'm traumatized. I'm a prude.
Let Yeah, just yeah. I learned a few good rejoinders for that comment off a friend of mine happens to be gay when I was working with him, and yeah, we traded insults over that particular saying for quite a while.
Well, it's getting pretty late here. It's 11:30. I'm gonna go and take my
Uh,
embarrassed self and my dog um and walk off some of this embarrassment. But are you available tomorrow?
Um, probably not until about 4 o'clock ish my time, which is about an hour after we started today. So it just depends on what's happening with working out and going to the gym and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Um, I'll try to shoot for Monday or Tuesday. Are you available then?
Yeah,
Okay, but no promises because work is
yeah,
kicking my.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yep.
know. Okay. All right. It was good talking to you, and send me some more, food recipes and pictures and what
Yeah,
gadgets to get.
yeah. I'll send you the pictures once the fruit leather is done. It should be done in about 3 hours.
Oh, and do you make the chicken tempura at home?
I can, but I haven't yet.
Can you send me that recipe?
Yeah, I'll go find a decent recipe and send it to you.
Okay. Thank you. So that we don't starve to death.
Yep.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.